Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever in the world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another live reading of the Bible, Modern English Version, brought to you by yours truly, Alexandra Mayers of Alexandra Mayers Live. Tonight, we are going to continue with our page by page reading of the Bible. Tonight, we are entering Genesis chapter 9. The Noahic covenant. So let's go ahead and get started. And remember, if you are a Christian and you believe in Jesus Christ and God, you are more than welcome to participate in the chat. However, if you are someone who thinks differently, which you have every right to do, there are many other chat rooms where I'm sure you would feel much more welcome. So I would suggest that you go to those. Thank you for understanding. The Noahic covenant. Then God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth." And just to catch some of you all up, um, Genesis 8 had to do with the flood receding. They were finally able to get off the ark, off the boat, after quite some time, close to half a year, actually. So here they are stepping off into the new world and seeing what's going on. Every beast of the earth and every bird of the sky and all that moves on the earth and all the fish of the sea will fear you and be terrified of you. They are given into your hand. Every moving thing that lives will be food for you. I give you everything, just as I gave you the green plant. So now, if you were paying attention in the beginning when God made man or humans, they were only supposed to eat plants, but now they can have the animals as long as they're clean animals. Only you shall not eat fish or eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. But for your own lifeblood, I will surely require a reckoning. From every animal will I require it, of man too. I will require a reckoning for human life, of every man for that of his fellow man. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. For God made man in his own image. And as for you, be fruitful and multiply, increase abundantly in the earth and multiply in it. So God's basically saying, okay, so I drowned out all the wicked people, the project that wasn't working out. So now please replicate so that we can start over and have more drama to occur. I mean, when you think about it, the Bible itself is so dramatic. I mean, it's like one big soap opera. It's all about a family when you really think about it. It's about Adam and Eve's family. Um, Pretty amazing to think about. It kind of makes you think about the purpose of life. What is the purpose of life? Just to engage in drama? I hope not. I really hope not, because after last year, I'm trying to avoid drama. But hey, maybe God wants people to engage in drama. Who knows? Anyway, let's continue. Again, God spoke to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, "As for me, I establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and every beast of the earth with you. Of all that comes out of the ark, every beast of the earth, I establish my covenant with you. Never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of a flood. Never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth." Well, that's good. God makes it known. All right, I'm not ever going to flood you guys out again. Never again. Because it was probably hard on God to have to do that. But it had to be done. Then God said, "This is the sign of the covenant which I am making between me and you, and every living creature that is with you, for all future generations. I have set my rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of a covenant between me and the earth. When I bring a cloud over the earth, the rainbow will be seen in the cloud." All right, so every time you see a rainbow, that's a reminder that God's not going to wipe you out with water again. "Then I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters will never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. The rainbow will appear in the cloud, and I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth." So God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth." So that's nice. That's nice. That's interesting. There's a whole chapter dedicated to the covenant because I guess it needs to be known that there will not be another flood. Wow. Well, one less thing to worry about. So let's go ahead and what should we do? Should we go into Genesis 10? We could. We could go into Genesis 10. Let's see. Oh, but we also have the sons of Noah. Let's go ahead and get into that. The sons of Noah. And you know what I was thinking about? And this is just a thought. But we were talking about the sons of Noah when we were reading about, Noah getting the instructions to build the ark from God. And in the Bible, they do focus on the sons, but these people, they lived for so many years. And the Bible does go into the sons that these people have, and that seems to be what's noted, but there's very little stated about their daughters. So I'm thinking, because I was thinking, okay, you're going to really live for like hundreds and hundreds of years, and you're only going to have like 3 kids. No, I'm thinking that what happened was that the sons were very few and far between. Because think about it, you don't need a lot of males to keep a population going. If anything, you would need a lot of females. So I'm thinking that there were hundreds of women, of females, of daughters that these biblical characters had. And they only mention the sons because maybe it saved time writing wise in the Bible. But you know what? Let's go back to these children that these people had, because I want to go back into the amount of years. Okay, Adam's descendants. That was in Genesis 5. Okay, so they talk about Adam and Eve and the 3 sons that they had, but Adam lived to be like 900 years old. So between those sons, he definitely would have had 20 plus daughters. Okay? They talk about Enosh having lived 905 years. And they only talk about the one son that he had, Kenan. Right? Really, you're only going to have that one kid in 900 and something years? I don't think so. These people had tons of daughters who were not mentioned. And I think part of the reason also that they're not mentioned in the Bible has to do specifically with the misogynistic nature of the people who wrote the Bible. Okay? I am going to do more study independently when it comes to the daughters of these biblical characters, because I just have a feeling that there were hundreds, thousands, but they're just not mentioned because they were seen as strictly breeders. Because you just wouldn't have to have a lot of males in the population in order to keep that population going. Not at all. Actually, it's to the benefit of the population to have less males because that keeps down war. When you have too many men in a population, they tend to want to fight. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the sons of Noah. Again, this is in Genesis 9. The sons of Noah who went forth from the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These were the three sons of Noah, and from them the whole earth was populated. See, there we go. So I'm thinking that there were quite a few women who would have probably had multiple children, probably over 10 each. And I'm just thinking that there were a lot of women at that time, which when you think about it, okay, so before the flood, you had the issue of the non-humans mating with the women. And I was thinking for a long time, up until recently, I was like, you know, why would these women be so willing to go with these angels or these non-human entities? But I'm thinking it was because there were not enough human male men. Shouldn't have said male men. That's funny, but you know what I mean. Males. That's what it was. That was part of the mistake. Maybe not a mistake, but part of the trial that didn't work out prior to the flood. All right, Noah began to be a man of the soil, and he planted a vineyard. Then he drank some of the wine and became drunk, and lay uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. So Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him, he said, "Canaan be cursed. He will be a servant of servants to his brothers." He also said, "Blessed be the Lord, God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and may he dwell in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant." Ooh, we're not going to go so into detail in regards to what all occurred with Canaan and Noah, but whatever it was shouldn't have happened. I think we can extrapolate pretty easily what that was. Noah lived after the flood 350 years. All the days of Noah were 950 years, and then he died. Yeah, and you know, this is actually a lesson when it comes to alcoholism. Alcoholism, because whatever happened between Canaan and Noah, the Bible is attributing to him having gotten too intoxicated on the wine. And I'll tell y'all, many of you who followed me for a long time, you're aware that I decided to completely cut alcohol out of my life before the beginning of 2023. And it was probably one of the best decisions that I've ever made. One of the difficulties of living an incredibly sober life, I won't say difficulties, and I won't even say side effect, because those are not the right terms. But just maybe it is a side effect. One of the side effects is that on occasion you do start to have flashes of certain things that occurred in your life, specifically linked to your choice to be intoxicated. And looking back at those times can be very humbling, very cringeworthy at times, very, it can make you disappointed in yourself. It can make you think to yourself, I could have been so much better in that instance. But it goes to show, I think different people are different ways. I'm not going to say everybody should be completely alcohol free, but for me, definitely. I'm never going to have a drink again in my life. I've made that choice. As I was, I guess as my brain has been cleaning up and clearing up, I've toyed with the idea, oh, maybe in a few years or a year, I'll have some wine or something again. No, I'm not. Absolutely not. Because I don't think my particular brain chemistry and overall physiology is built for any sort of alcoholic beverage. Not at all. It's not healthy for me. I mean, I was looking in the mirror the other day and I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, I actually look a few years younger since making the decision not to drink or smoke anymore. So I look at Genesis 9 as a very good lesson. Some people would say, oh, maybe this is a lesson in regards to sexuality. I personally think it's a lesson when it comes to alcoholism. And what you would be permissive of versus what you wouldn't be permissive of. That's just my opinion. But again, I think back to times that I was intoxicated to where I know damn well if I hadn't been intoxicated, I wouldn't have been in those situations. I wouldn't have allowed certain people in my life, and I wouldn't have made certain choices. So, just something to think about. Let's go ahead and end this live stream with that. The next live stream will cover Genesis 10, the Table of Nations. And, every day I really am looking forward to getting into the Bible a bit. I feel like this choice to make this series has already enriched my life substantially. And I think it's keeping me on a good track. So, those of you who decide to join me, I do appreciate you, especially those of you who are listening for the right reasons. Those of you who listen to me for the wrong reasons, I do have a message for you. You're not safe. But that's all I have to say when it comes to that message. It's just 3 words. You're not safe. Keep that in mind. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful night. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.